KSL investigators first reported one family's fight against what they believe were inaccurate results from court-ordered drug tests.
Yeah, new tonight, KSL investigator Daniela Rivera joins us with data showing just how often the state is relying on these tests. Daniela?
Well, Utah's Division of Child and Family Services stresses that drug testing is just one tool they use to make decisions about custody for Utah families. But a judge dropped the test results in question from the case we've been following, citing serious concerns. So we've asked DCFS what this means for other families where child custody may depend, in part, on similar drug test results. Drug test results that showed positive for meth halted plans for Kaylee Jones and Nick Holz's children to return home from foster care.
My kids are writing on these tests.
But Kaylee started to notice a pattern. It was mouth swabs or saliva tests coming back positive while her urine tests were negative. So Kaylee called the KSL investigators and even started getting backup urine tests from another lab. But that wasn't enough to convince Utah's Division of Child and Family Services that she wasn't using drugs.
People permanently lost their children over these type of results.
A judge ultimately threw out the saliva test results in question.
The court has serious concerns about the reliability of oral fluid testing as it pertains to amphetamine, ecstasy, and methamphetamine.
And he addressed another issue our team uncovered. Kaylee wasn't even supposed to be taking the saliva test, but she was forced to on days the collection site didn't have a female on staff to watch her provide a sample, even though the state's contract with its drug testing provider, AverHealth, clearly says oral fluid tests cannot be used as a substitute for urine analysis when a same-sex collector is unavailable.
In the court's eyes, the availability of staff to observe a urinalysis test is critical to a parent's ability to prove his or her sobriety in pursuit of the goal of reunification.
We asked DCFS about this back in August. Why is AverHealth not being held to the terms of those contracts?
We have attempted to hold to that contract. We know with COVID-19 and our current hiring crisis and kind of all over with the economy right now, it has become harder and harder to hire staff.
AverHealth tests hundreds of Utahns every month for DCFS. Data provided to the KSL investigators shows when AverHealth took over the contract 2 years ago, it provided 116 saliva tests in its first month. By the end of August this year, that number grew to 459 saliva tests in a month, a roughly 300% increase.
We now have a judge saying that those mouth swabs are unreliable and that he's not going to consider them as positive.
A relief for Kaylee and Nick, but as of now, only Kaylee and Nick. In an emailed statement, DCFS indicated there are no plans to make any changes based on the judge's decision, noting the court's written order was clear in it being specific to the facts of this case. The judge did not call into question the science behind saliva tests, but pointed to concerns about environmental contamination through the mouth and potential interactions with other medications Kaylee was taking, both possible reasons for the positive results that could not be ruled out. And since those results were dropped from the case, Kaylee and Nick tell me they have their children home on a trial basis. If there's something you want the KSL investigators to look into, call or text the number on your screen or send me an email at Daniela@ksl.com. Matt and Deanie.